Hi, this is Miss Leone, and we're going to read this week the Newsela article, Kids These Days, Surprising Results from Study of Marshmallow Test. In the famous marshmallow experiment, kids must make a choice. They can eat one marshmallow now or two later. A new study says that kids today are more likely to delay gratification and get two marshmallows than kids who did the experiment in past years. This is by the Washington Post, adapted by the Newsela staff, published on 7/20/2018. The marshmallow test is a famous psychological experiment. Its purpose is to measure children's self-control. A researcher places a tasty treat, often a marshmallow, in front of a child and gives the child a choice. She can eat the marshmallow now, or she can wait a set period of time and eat two marshmallows instead. The test is a measure of a child's ability to delay gratification, which means resisting the temptation of an immediate reward and instead waiting for a later and usually better reward. Research has shown that this ability to be linked to all sorts of positive outcomes. They include better grades, good behavior, and even healthy body mass index. Researchers have been administering the test to groups of kids for more than 50 years now, which leads to a natural question. Have children's ability to delay gratification gotten better or worse over the years? The supposed effect of electronic devices on kids. You might be tempted to answer worse. After all, alarming studies have been published about the effect of electronic devices such as smartphones and tablets are having on kids. These devices are supposedly frying kids' brains, crippling their ability to regulate their behavior, and generally turning them into screen-addicted zombies. So yes, you might be tempted to say that kids these days must be doing worse on the marshmallow test. If you thought that, however, you'd be wrong. Marshmallow test results over time. John Protzko is a researcher at the University of California at Santa Barbara. He wanted to find out whether kids were getting better or worse at the marshmallow test over time. So he gathered and analyzed the results of more than 30 published marshmallow test trials administered between 1968 and 2017. For each study, he plotted the average amount of times kids were able to delay eating the marshmallow. He also corrected for differences in kids' ages when taking the test, because older kids are better at delaying gratification than younger ones. Kids these days are better at delaying gratification on the marshmallow test, Protzko writes. Each year, all else equal, corresponds to an increase in the ability to delay gratification by another 6 seconds. Surprising results. This was something of a surprise. Before running the analysis, Protzko had surveyed 260 experts in the field of cognitive development to see what they predicted would happen. Cognitive development is a field of study that focuses on how children develop learning and thinking skills. More than half of the experts said they believed that kids' ability to delay gratification had gotten worse over time, while another 32% predicted there would be no change. Only 16% said they believed that children's self-control had improved in the past 50 years. The experts, it seems, were just as pessimistic about the abilities of today's kids as everyone else. IQ scores have also increased. It's not clear what exactly could be causing kids' performance to improve. After all, it's not as if they teach the marshmallow test in school. Kids are improving in other areas, too. Protzko notes that IQ scores have increased. IQ is intelligence quotient. It's a brain test that tests your intelligence. Have increased at a similar rate to the marshmallow test scores, suggesting a possible link between the two. Studies also show that teens today make safer decisions overall than teens in the past. For example, they are less likely to use drugs or alcohol, and they are more likely to buckle their seatbelts in the car. Gratification delaying ability is involved in many of these improved measures, which is what the marshmallow test has been shown to predict. How could so many experts be wrong? Given all the good news about kids, Protzko wanted to know why so many experts had such a negative outlook. Marshmallow test aside, Protzko was just as interested in why so many experts predicted it incorrectly. How could so many experts in cognitive development believe that ability to delay gratification would decrease, his paper asks. Protzko blames it on what he calls the kids these days effect. That is, the specifically incorrect belief that children in the present are substantially different and necessarily worse than children a generation or two ago. Protzko also notes that elders have been complaining about kids this way since at least 419 BC. That is the year Greek playwright Aristophanes wrote The Clouds. In the play, people of an older generation complain about children's failure to meet certain standards. It cannot be that society has been in decline due to failing children for over 2 millennia, Protzko concludes. Contrary to historical and present complaints, kids these days appear to be better than we were. The supposed modern culture of instant gratification has not stemmed the march of improvement.